it's actually gone down pretty quickly. So, what can you tell us about the organization here? What are some of your triumphs and challenges that you're facing?
Triumphs.
Yeah.
This is the most at-risk community here in Fort Myers. It's the highest instances of drug-related and violent crime in the Fort Myers area. It's also the lowest household median income. So many of the community members here are at risk for a number of different reasons, mostly food. So it's a very food insecure community. So we take pride in the fact that the crime rate in the community has been reduced to about half since our involvement here.
Really?
So that's one of our triumphs, I would say. But some of our what's the word I'm looking for? Some of the things that we're trying to work towards is getting nutrition education in the community, access to resources like job training, for example. So we have a culinary training program on site here.
That's cool.
There's a commercial kitchen on site, and we do 16-week classes, 6-week classes, week-long classes. But essentially what we're trying to do is provide job skills to the community. A food insecure community, we want to like flip it on its head, take those people and then get them in the food profession. Not only that, but give them nutrition education as well. So we take a food insecure person and turn them into someone who knows about nutrition and has a career in food. That's
awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Great goal.
Yeah.
What would you say is your mission statement?
Our mission statement is neighbors helping neighbors.
Neighbors helping neighbors. I like that. It's positive.
Yeah.
So, what do you think are some big differences between some generations, like the older generations versus now and their involvement, etc.?
This is a pretty diverse community, so there's a big Latin population, there's a big African American population, there's a big Asian population, so there's not any one different demographic in here. There's a lot of different people here. So the old people that live here come from all different cultures, so it's kind of a hard one to nail down.
Yeah, it really is.
But I would say just lack of education. The older generation in here, many of them have maybe a high school education, and some of them don't even have that. So it's difficult to really be able to relate to the older generation in this community because there's a lack of education. And so that's a big challenge for us, but I mean the main difference would just be that, lack of education comparatively, lack of resources.
Thank you for your time. How do you your names?
My name's Arlo.
Arlo, awesome. Hi.
Hi.
So my name's Oscar.
I'm Sherry.
Hi, nice to meet you. So just a few questions. So what is your mission statement for this organization?
To equip, educate, and empower the families and individuals and children of Pine Manor for a better quality of life. That's our mission statement here.
That's awesome.
Uh-huh.
So ask some of the questions to another person. So what are some challenges that you face as an organization?
Challenges, our main challenge right now is kind of financial. Getting grants and receiving grants. We're part of the Community Development Block Grant, which is a county grant, and we're probably one of 5 communities that's on that, and we're actually probably the closest to graduate off of it. But in order to graduate off of it, we have to be able to afford to pay all the bills.
Right.
So it's and to get grant money to pay those bills is the trick.
Right.
Just trying to become an independent nonprofit is our biggest thing right now.
So let's say what are your biggest triumphs?
Biggest triumphs. Our culinary school. Ever since 2014, we've had over 100 people go through the program, and we have an 80% hiring rate from that.
Can you tell us more about that?
Sure. Our culinary program was started in 2014. It was in this building that's behind us right here. We had in the mid 2000s the housing market crashed, so the board looked around to see who was hiring, and they saw that the hospitality business was hiring, so they decided to look for grants to make a commercial kitchen. We were actually planning on building a new building for outreach for adults, and just as we were getting ready to break ground on that building, we received our first grant from the Folds Foundation, and then we received our second grant from the Gannett Foundation, which is our local news press, in 2013. In 2014, we received our first grant from the Southwest Florida Community Foundation to do a culinary school.
Oh, they're sharing. I'm sorry. How's it going?
Excuse me a minute. Okay. So we started that, and then we've actually had 3 grants from Southwest Florida Community Foundation. So the first one was one we did ourselves, and then the other 2 were done through Goodwill. We did a collaborative grant, so we were not only talking about culinary, but we were also doing a job link portion of it to help people learn interviewing skills, learning and learning how to get a job, keep a job. Because that's always important.
Right.
And so that's how our culinary school came to be. And actually, our chef right now was actually a student in 2015.
Student of where?
Student of our school.
Oh, awesome.
So yeah.
What school is that?
Our culinary school.
Oh, great. Terrific.
It's a very cool thing to see her come back and to give back.
That's awesome.
Do you have served meals there too at lunch?
No, not yet.
Okay.
So another question. Our topic is like intergenerational changes and differences.
Okay.
So what can you tell us about that, like in this community?
Okay, so we have actually a wide variety of generations here. We got our kids, which we also have an after-school program for elementary kids and for our teenagers. And then I'm coming to learn through my food pantry that we have a lot more seniors than I thought we do. It was actually when I first started here, we were averaging I was averaging serving 15 seniors a month. I'm actually now up to about 40 out of my food pantry alone. So it's quite the shift. But then again, I also started here almost 8 years ago, and so of course everybody ages. So so some people that weren't seniors a few years back have hit that lovely age. So, we have and then we have our middle ground, our parents and our middle-aged people, and a lot of our and those are the people that I help the most. Through my outreach, helping them apply for food stamps, unemployment, job searches, resume writing. So we've actually, I just pulled up a report yesterday that somebody had asked me for, and I'm doing in the past 4 years, I have gotten 93 people employment.
Really?
Oh boy.
That's really good.
I mean, some of those were repeaters, but I mean, to get 93 people employed in the past 4 years is something.
I guess that's so.
Out of a little building. So it's a very cool thing.
Well, I can tell you're busy, so but thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no
Awesome.
problem. Thank you.
Have a good one.